And here we go. This is it. This is the grand final. Here we are. 8 of the finalists from my patrons on Patreon, each with their own unique unit. After 8 previous rounds, we get to see them fight each other for the grand winner, who's going to get a gift certificate for Steam to the tune of $50. Now I'm going to walk us through these units. I have massively upped unit sizes and we've changed the map. It's the final. We gotta go big. So with that said, let's take a look at what we're dealing with right here. So right here with the kangaroos, we have Stephen Fowler. To give you an idea of the unit sizes now, they go on for days. Look at these. Stephen Fowler, best of luck to you. Also, look at this map. Isn't this a great map? What a great map this is. It's a big map too. So we're going to go all the way over here, over this hill, between these trees, like Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we're going to plunge down into the Orcs of Eric Oakland. Eric, thank you for your patronage, my friend. Very much appreciated. Look at these guys. Woof. That's a lot of orcs right here. I think there's some more over there. Yes, there is. I think there's 4,000 of every unit. Yes, indeed there is. 4,000 of every unit. So this is going to go a little longer than usual, especially because it is a bigger map. But we should see a lot of blood. Our next unit, let's start panning around. We'll go here and we'll go clockwise. We then have, over on this side, the Wild Men of Stephen Getty. Guppy is his nickname, and Guppy, you won early on one of these early rounds, so this is the first time in a while that we have seen Guppy's Wild Men in the mix, and there's a lot of them. And then over here towards the beaches, just right over the top, the round 1 winner. It's the Romans. This is Bill Curry. Bill won round 1. Look at these beautiful gentlemen coming off the beaches back there. 4,000 Romans for our entertainment. And you know, coming off beaches, who else would there be but Jennifer's Penguins? Here they are. 4,000 penguins. Can they win again? God, that's a lot of penguins. And then we have over here the snotlings of Darren Moira Smith. They just are grotesque. Darren is a big, huge Cthulhu fan, so we had to get him something appropriate. He won his round. It was pretty close. Now he's got 4,000 of these little snot dudes. Let's see if he can get the W from him. Then we have the footmen of Rohan, not the riders. I don't think there's any cavalry in this game. Randy Crockett's footmen of Rohan. They did very well in their previous W, just a round or two ago. And then I think our last one is over here. And this is the Persians of Cody Lewis. The Persians took a few rounds before they could pull the W, but they finally got it. And now we've got to face 4,000 of them. What a great background. That's like thumbnail worthy right there, isn't it? What a wonderful map this is. I don't know how this is going to go. I got the units on. I ensured they all had the orders to go fight each other. But you can see there's some big distances here. There are some massive units. So I'm probably going to go into cinematic mode, let them go at it, let the camera do its thing, and we'll go from there. Occasionally I'll drop out, we'll pause, we'll see how people are doing. Let's get it on. And there's Cody's Persians doing their thing. and they seem a little confused about what they're meant to be doing. And there's Jennifer's penguins. Jennifer's penguins definitely have a mission. Oh, that little guy, though, doesn't. Ah, there he goes. He's finally figured out what's going on. Those look like the Rohan soldiers, and look at the snotlings just charging in. Those little penguins. Oh, they're saying, don't start the fight without us. Don't start the fight. And, oh, we're into a scrap. We're into a scrap. Look how many there are. It is a sea. A sea of snot. There's the wild men of Guppy just running across the plains. Oh, yeah, that's a massive, massive, massive... Oh, there's the Romans. So Bill's Romans now. All right, let's hit pause. Let's drop out of the camera just for a moment. God, those penguins are loud. There's just a sea of freaking penguins, man. Actually, not being in a fight could help them. Could help them. They're actually slow to get into the melee. Over here, we have the snotlings of Darren. And they're running in with a mission towards the center of the map here. Over here, we have the Romans under Bill. I gave them all orders to kind of get towards the center of the map, so there wasn't any funny business. But, look at this. We've got Guppy's wild men plowing into the flanks of the Romans. Look at that shot. That is absolutely fantastic, and Bill is getting beaten up over it. Out on the other side, it looks like the Kangaroos under Stephen Fowler are not yet in the scrap. And where are Persians, actually? Persians are over here. Still charging in. Let's follow them. There's Bill's Romans. Getting really tanked on the flanks. Oh, look at all those poor dead Romans right there. Some of them turning to the side, trying to form a shield wall, but they're getting squished because Darren's hitting them from the other side at the same time. Oh, the humanity. Those Romans are getting absolutely pulverized. Oh, there's a snotling dead against the penguins. Those penguins don't take any prisoners. I don't even know what these snotlings are attacking with, and at this point I'm too scared to ask, but the penguins are just seeing them off. Lots of dead Romans there. The snotlings are kind of broken up. I think that's going to really work against them. They're not as a unified force. That can't be good. Look at that sea of penguins coming in, and here are the Persians of Cody Lewis in force against Randy Crockett's Rohan footmen. That's a wonderful melee. I'm so glad I upped this to like 4,000 aside. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fight. Penguins get off as now Darren's snotlings are properly in the fight here. Alright, let's hit pause and let's drop out of cinematics and let's see what's going on over this side, because at this point I would assume that Stephen Fowler's forces are in the scrap somewhere. Here we go. Here we go. Here are our kangaroos hopping across the landscape with absolute purpose. Look at these guys. Hello, fellas. It is like something out of a Australian nightmare. Alright, over the hill, because I assume this is where they're going. And here we go. Down here, we have the orcs of Eric Oakland. Now, right now, these guys have not hit each other. This is kind of interesting. This could be telling. These orcs are running around the side. Those kangaroos are running over the top. Oh, and here we go. Here's a possible early melee between them. Now, this will be interesting because both of these, the kangaroos and the orcs, have avoided massive conflict. That saves their numbers for the fight later on. Look at those kangaroos in the distance. That's such a funny sight. This is brilliant. But now they are beginning to join, so it will be interesting to see where it goes. Oh, that went loud. The wild men, in fact, actually up real quick, how are we doing? The Penguins are down to almost half numbers. Randy Crockett's lost 1,000. Bills, Romans, that flanking, that's finished. And Bills down to less than 900 at this point. And Guppy's wild men are down to 2,000 as well. Let's see how this plays out. Yeah, those early scraps can really work against you. But these Penguins are sure going at it. Darren's looking pretty good here. I don't think they're fighting a 2-4. Well, they are fighting a 2-4. Darren is actually fighting Guppy. And I think he was getting the upper hand. Now this is going to be a very interesting fight because these guys have a very narrow front. Jennifer really wants to see off Darren. I don't know if she can do it. There are the Kangas of Stephen Fowler. I think Guppy's looking pretty good here. We don't see the numbers. Oh, and those footmen are rowing. Look at that big wall. What a great shot. The fighting lines are beginning to consolidate. Jennifer's earlier successes with the Penguins, I think, is beginning to turn against her. But let's just see. Let's pause it for a moment and let's hit the C cam. And that looks like Guppy's units right there. Guppy's wild men against Darren. So what are we... Oh, Bill's out. The Romans are out. No big surprise there. Jennifer's Penguins down to 600. Looks like she's going to be out. The Kanga's still strong. The Orcs still strong. Randy Crockett with the Rohan foot soldiers not doing too bad. Darren down to 1600. Guppy down to 11. Guppy's getting really wailed on at this point. And Cody Lewis still doing pretty well with 2,000 Persians. I think right now maybe Stephen Fowler or who's fighting Stephen Fowler? Anyway, those guys over there, I think I've got to favour those right now. With so many numbers on the battlefield, it's hard to really sort of see if one side's losing it. But these kangaroos are so spread out, I think it is working towards their favour. Likewise with these orcs here of Eric's. Real bloodbath on the other side of the wall. And here it is. The Persians, and I'm not even sure who... yeah, that was a Rohan soldier that just went down. They are just surrounding the Rohan soldiers. Look at this. Absolute bloodbath. Now here's Guppy. Guppy against Darren. And those kangaroos seem really confused about which way is the fight. The footmen of Rohan and those Persians are really going at it. Darren is definitely still going strong, even though his numbers were beginning to drop. Oh, there goes Kanga. Skippy the bush kangaroo just got skipped. Guppy's still not out of it. His wild men are still fighting strong. Let's pause and do a sanity check here. What have we got going on? Jennifer's Penguins are out. Stephen Fowler still doing pretty good, and with Eric as well. Those two are fighting against each other pretty much 50-50. I really think it might come down to them. Randy Crockett is... he's doing okay with the footman now, Rohan. But he's down to 1,400. Darren now down to 1100. Guppy and the Wild Men down to 300. Guppy's going to be out of this imminently. And then we have Cody with the Persians hanging on with 1200 men. I really think Eric and Steven, these guys, I think it's going to come down to them. Oh, there goes an orc. It's going to be really down to how much they murder each other. Because then the winner is going to go to the winner on the east side of the wall. Darren will not back down. Darren's still going at it. He's still fighting Guppy right there. This has been a great brawl between the Persians and the Rohan foot soldiers. But you see that? Look at that. There's still a lot of snotlings up and about. And they are really kicking the snot out of the wild men right now. Yeah, it's a bloodbath there. Oh, now we've got a serious front going on with the orcs against the kangaroos. What an incredible shot that is. Oh my goodness. That looks pretty 50-50, but I want to say it's favoring Rohan. Those Persians are really trying now. Got a few reinforcements coming in, but I think it's going to be too late. Look at this mosh pit right here between the orcs and the kangaroos. Yeah, you know, we have Randy Crockett down to 650 with the Rohan, and he is fighting Cody, who's down to 300. Those guys are really gassing out on each other. Guppy is almost out. He's got 3 guys left. I don't know how they're not even dead right now. And then we've got, obviously, Stephen Fowler and Eric, both with high numbers, but it does look like Stephen Fowler's kangaroos are taking a day over on that side, and in a very strong manner. And Darren still with over 1,000 snotlings. I think this might end up being Darren versus the kangaroos. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. There goes Darren's dudes finding their next fight, and while they're running across the battlefield, they're not dying, right? This brawl here has been a real 50-50. And look, you saw Darren's snotlings coming in behind the Persians right there. They can sense blood. Oh, that guy's had enough. I guess he wants to get himself a cup of tea or something. And here we go. Now here's the thing. Darren's forces have joined this massive melee. That means that they're dying. And that means that the guys on the east side of the wall, I don't know if they're going to be strong enough to face whoever wins out of Eric and Steven. Because I think Eric and Steven, whoever wins out of them, they're going to be pretty strong at the end of it. Like, they're dying, but they're not dying at the same rate as the forces on the other side. Good shot at a kangaroo, doing what kangaroos do best, kicking you in the face. Nice shot at a tree. Alright, yeah, so Darren is down to 900 now. Guppy is out. The last 3 guys went down. Randy Crockett. Randy looks like he's just got a few dudes left, so he's going to be out. We've got Steven at 2,800, Eric at 2,000, and Darren at 900. I think this is really favouring Steven's Kangaroos right now. Let's see how this thing pans out. So somewhere distant, there are Darren's Snotlings that are going to be running into this fight. The question is going to be, while he is getting over to this side of the battlefield, how much does Eric's Orcs and Steven's Kangaroos kill each other? Will they weaken themselves to a point where Darren has a fight and an opportunity? Or will they be double his number? Orcs are still coming in. It's been an interesting map. They've been just like moving around these mountains and these forests and falling off the side of hills. Look at it. Go! Go, Skippy! Guys, pick which way you're going. What are you doing? This is... Look at that! Mosh pit! Look at the fight! Oh my god! Oh, there's a green kangaroo in the middle there? What's this game? I'm calling hacks. It looks to me like the Orcs are surrounded, folks. Did you see that? I think they've actually been enfiladed. There is a green kangaroo in there. Neo. I'm calling him Neo. I suspect that Eric's Orcs are going to get offed here because they did get surrounded. They've kind of found themselves in a little bit of a squeeze, I think. The Kangaroos are just sliding down this hill. What a wall. Kangaroos, I think, are celebrating a little bit too early. And here comes Darren's Snotlings. They sense blood. They can hear the fight on the other side. And right now, Eric is down to 1,000. Stephen Fowler's down to 2,000. I think this is going to be bad for Darren. It looks like the Kangaroos and Neo over there. I think they are going to be 2,000 strong by the time they face Darren, who's got less than 1,000. It's really going to be down to how much damage these Orcs can do. Or if these Snotlings can get into the fight and actually come up behind the Kangaroos. I don't think they have the time to do that, though. Nice rock. Good cinematics there. I think if Darren was 20 seconds, 30 seconds further on, he might have a chance to really hurt Steven's Kangas. But at this point, I think the Kangaroos have too much momentum. There's still a lot of Orcs up, but they're going down fast at this point. Look at that. It is a sea of bipping and bopping and punching and kicking the Kangaroos. Oh, and Darren's here. Darren's actually managed to arrive on the scene. Oh my god. He's actually in the fight. We have a three-way fight. They're dribbling in though. I don't know if that's gonna work against them or not. He's really trying though. He's trying to get over there. But that has to work against him. Look how broken up his units are. The kangaroos are concentrated. Oh, and they've got the orcs up against the wall now. This reminds me a little bit like the 300. Sparta is backed up and getting their faces punched in. Oh yeah, it's if this is the final amount of orcs that we've got left, they're done for. They're toast. And there's going to be way too many kangaroos, and Darren is way too spread out. Who are these orcs? Where did they come from? Where have they been? I got nothing. I got nothing. But look how spread out Darren is. Oh, and Neo's still alive. I don't know how even Darren's Snotlings got that spread out. But the only unit with any level of cohesion at this point is the kangaroos of Stephen Fowler. I've got to give it to him. I think that's some orcs in the background trying to join in, but it's not going to be enough. Or is that Darren's Snotlings? Like 6 of them or something. Alright, this is going to get interesting now. This is going to get interesting. Darren is here in some force. Interesting. But he's so spread out. I have my doubts. I really do have my doubts. But let's see how the kangaroos are going to handle this. So many dead little marsupials. The kangaroos have realized that they've got another enemy to fight. And the battle is still happening on this hill here. Now, Darren is... I'm not even sure who they're fighting at this point. Kangaroo versus Snot. Who would have thought? The kangaroos have realized there's a bit of a problem. They're definitely rallying against this sea of green. Look at them go. But we have a war on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if Darren can pull this out, though. But he's definitely giving it a go. Look at his Snotlings just pouring through the gate there. He came into this fight, though, at half the numbers of Stephen Fowler. He came in behind the kangaroos. He started wailing on them. We don't know how many kangaroos were left after they fought the orcs into submission. Let's just see how this is going to play out. We have another little battle going on over here. The kangaroos definitely have the upper hand on that. We have some fragmented melees happening. And that's a rock. And that's some Snotlings just hanging around wondering what's going on. The Snotlings are still arriving, but there's a lot more kangaroos in that fight than there are Snot. I gotta be honest with you, without looking at the numbers, I don't know which way this is gonna go, but that's what we want, right? There still looks like there's a lot of kangaroos, so... There's a lot of kangaroos. I think Darren is really... He's bringing it. He's bringing it. I have my doubts if he can actually win. My money's on Stephen Fowler. What do you think? But, like, these Snotlings are still pouring in from somewhere. I know that's not the sum total of Snotlings. We can see them coming in on the right. They are trying to still reinforce. They look outnumbered. They look decently outnumbered. There's still quite a few kangaroos. Look at that. Look at that. That, I think, is the tail of the tape right there. I think Darren really tried to bring his A game. I thought for a moment he might get it. But look, who are these dudes? There's so many of them just hanging around in a completely different side of the map. I'm resisting the temptation to look at the numbers. I'm trying to just eyeball this thing. I think we're seeing the end right now. I think Neo must have died. It's been a while since I've actually seen him in the mix. Yeah, and at this point, Darren's forces are dribbling in. They're dribbling in, and I think they're even stuck behind some rocks here. They find themselves in a similar position to Eric's Orcs, where the back is up against the rocks. Nothing but a sea of kangaroos in front of him. Should I take a look at the numbers? I'm going to take a look at the numbers. Let's do it. Oh, this is close. This is close. Kangaroos, Stephen Fowler, 286. Darren's Snotlings, 189. That is not much between them. That is not much. That's actually closer than I thought. I think some of Darren's units have got caught up behind some rocks and things. Like that fella there. I'm going to call him Charlie. Yeah, look at these guys. They're kind of just hanging out. If it takes them too long to actually get to each other, we'll edit that out. So you might see a jump in the video. The kangaroos are a little bit confused. They're sniffing the air. It's like, where's the fight? I can hear the fight. We've got literally just 100 plus of each side now as we come in to the end of this finale. This is interesting. We might be seeing the main concentrations of the remaining forces right there. And Charlie. Apparently got a little bit of a fight behind the wall there. But look at that. What is that, about 8, 10 Snotlings still up and about? Reinforcements for the kangaroos coming in. And these guys are actually really struggling to figure out how to get to each other. If they don't sort that out and this starts to... Oh, look at all of those dead kangaroos. Babies. But if the game can't figure out how to actually map them to each other, we'll figure something out with them. There goes Charlie. I think Charlie's just running away at this point. He's trying to take the W with him. Oh, so much blood. I didn't know there was actually blood in this game. Oh, and the Snotlings. Look at them coming in behind the kangaroos. Don't tell me that Darren and the Snotlings are going to take this thing. This is nuts. I think Darren's winning this thing. The kangaroos, they had the upper hand. But they're dribbling into this fight. And there's just a few of them left. So let's just do a quick check. Is that Charlie? Is Charlie actually doing anything right here? Alright, let's just do a quick check here. We have 100 snotlings and 15 kangaroos. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you know what? It wasn't near. It was where my cursor was at. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe 11 of them right there against 100 snotlings. I think, oh, and here we go. Here's a couple more right here. I think this is the 15 kangaroos. But they don't know how to actually get to each other, which is a little unfortunate. We have some stuck down here, some stuck here, some stuck there, and Charlie... oh, I think that might be Charlie all the way over there. This is it. I think we've got to call this. Because these guys do not know how to get to each other. I don't think I've ever... I think the kangaroos must have slid down the side. I think that's what's happened. They came off the top, they've slid down here, and they've fallen into these little pockets. There goes one. But if they're gonna just jump down into the maw of Darren's snotling Cthulhu creatures, they're done. I mean, they are seriously done. I don't think they can win this. I think I'm gonna have to make an executive decision. I think we're going to have to call it. And I think it's fair to say that Darren Moira Smith, 100 snotlings against 14 kangaroos. I think Darren takes it. Don't quite know. There's... Damn it, there was a god mode. I was gonna god mode this thing and nuke them. Oh, there we go. N. That's just wind. Or big... Well... That's poo. Oh, but it's blowing... Oh, it's blowing the snotlings up the hill. Go, fellas. Actually, can I blow these guys down? Oh, shit. Where are the kangas? There we go. Oh, you're dead. Sorry. Not to insult you or anything. Yeah, this is not going to work. It's not going to blow him off. It's not going to blow him off. And it's not going to blow Darren up. Alright. Winner has been decided. Darren wins. Thank you, everyone. I had so much fun with that. We are going to be doing other games like this with my patrons. Thinking about doing a little bit of Marble Madness for the next one. Every single time doing a little bit of giveaway. My way of giving back to my patrons. With that said, I love you all. Hopefully you had a little bit of fun watching this thing. Love you. Thank you for the support. Really, truly appreciate it. And I will see you on the flip side.